It's underway right now, fans. Here we go, main event time. And here comes the image of fear.
And now for your main event, coming to the ring fast, here's the image of fear, Kevin Morgan!
For week upon week upon week, Kevin Morgan has had his mind played with by the facilitator, Damon Windsor, as Windsor has been stalking Kevin's girlfriend, Lisa. And we've seen those vignettes played out on the Sorgatron. We have seen indications that Damon Windsor has been getting way too up close and personal with Lisa. But tonight, Damon Windsor's not here. And next week, Damon Windsor won't be here because of a restraining order that Lisa filed and got put into place in order to prevent Damon Windsor from being able to participate in Violent Valentine. And that takes Damon Windsor out of the picture. But tonight, that's not the focus of Kevin Morgan. He's got a bull in his sights, and that is the bronze bull, Aaron Neal. Comes two former IZW champions. Kevin Morgan won the Bronze Bull 6 different times. A record in IZW that seems unlikely to ever be broken. More importantly, both of these men at or over the 300-pound mark. Will indeed be a battle of the super heavyweights.
And his opponent, the Bronze Bull, Aaron Neal!
Bronze Bull obviously very unhappy at having to compete twice here tonight. After having been victorious early on in that impromptu handicap match against Spike and Skylar Fate. I'm sure that Mark Wilson, looking over his shoulder one way or the other, for more adjustments, more additions by the other co-commissioner, John McHale. Wants to rush in to face the image of fear. Kevin Morgan very patiently waiting. Morgan locking eyes with the bull and not taking a step backward. Aaron Neal still very upset at the entire situation here. He is yelling at Mark Wilson, complaining to Mark Wilson about having to step in the ring twice tonight. I guess it was all perfectly fine when you outweigh and outsize your opponents and out-experience your opponents like you did with Spike and Skylar Fate. But when you got to step into the ring with a man who is just as big as you are and just as relentless as you are, Kevin Morgan is an entirely different individual than Skylar Fate or Spike are. The bull is a lot more cautious. Notice there's no blindside attack from behind here. As the bull not prepared yet this match right now. He is ready to compete. You will hear resounding through the Impact Arena the chants of chicken. Those are all directed towards the Bronze Bull. Stall this out. He obviously does not want to step foot in the ring and tie up with the Image of Fear. Mark Wilson, somehow Mark Wilson believes that if he rolls in the ring, it will break the count. Come on, Mark Wilson, you know better than that.
I was about to get in there, and you're going to let that happen.
George Knight doing his job, backing up Kevin Morgan to give Aaron Neal the opportunity to actually get in the ring. Morgan actually contributing to this delay by doing that. He wants to get his hands on Aaron Neal. He's got to patiently wait until Neal decides to get in the ring. And I think perhaps that moment has come. Yes, indeed. Both feet in the ring, and Aaron Neal is now prepared to combat against the Image of Fear. Crowd here indicating that they believe Aaron to have a bit of a cowardness problem. The Bull swearing, he says, "I fear nothing." Well, the proof of that is going to be in the action as Kevin Morgan's ready. Morgan is 100% prepared for this. There we go, tolerant elbow tie-up. And the Bull now going to work on the arm of Kevin Morgan. Morgan having that arm reversed. And the wrist lock applied. And the Bull with a knee right to the midsection. She goes right now back into the arm bar and cinches in the control of that wrist. Bull controlling that one part of the body every time Morgan rears back to try and deliver a punch. Aaron just torques that wrist up, sending a shooting wave of pain up the arm. But now Morgan with control of the arm. Morgan controlling the wrist of Aaron Neal. And Morgan still maintaining control. Morgan wrenching on that arm, yanking that arm, perhaps trying to dislocate the shoulder. These two big men, as there we go, shoot off on the ropes. Duck of a clothesline by Morgan, who levels the Bull with a big clothesline. And delivers a straight uppercut to the jaw. And once again, Aaron Neal finds himself in his favorite place, which is outside the ring and far away from the grasp of Kevin Morgan. Fans certain that Kevin Morgan going to bring about an end to this particular portion of the career of Aaron Neal, but he's got to get his hands on him first. And Morgan trying to slide in there with Mark Wilson back behind, grabbing one of the legs of Kevin Morgan, and that gives Aaron Neal the opportunity he needs to start delivering a stomping to the back of the head of Kevin Morgan. Bronze Bull, slow and methodical with his pace. He's now got Kevin Morgan off guard. He's got him off of his vertical base, and he senses that now is the best opportunity to do what he needs to do in order to make sure that Kevin Morgan does not enter in partner of your Impact Division champion, Bobby Starr. Together they are Team Bull, and they are close inside and outside of the ring. So obviously, any damage that Aaron Neal does here tonight will translate into 1 week from now, and the opportunity that Kevin Morgan has to take that Impact Division championship away from Bobby Starr. But we learned tonight, Bobby doesn't just have to worry about Kevin Morgan. He now has Jordan Jacobs involved in that match as well. And when you throw in the provision that it's going to be under Impact rules, anything could happen in that match, just like anything could very well happen tonight in this Battle of the Behemoths. Morgan wanted to go lay his hands on Mark Wilson, and he gets a clothesline for his efforts. Morgan down, Neal with the hook, but only good enough for 2. Now, Neal with the knee right to the back.
Look at that. He's already beat. Right up the spine of Kevin Morgan and making it difficult for him to get back on that vertical base. But the man who has held every championship available to the IZW male competitors here since 2010, Kevin Morgan, now back on his feet, only to receive an irate and to stumble into the far corner and allow the Bronze Bull to carry on where he left off. Neal with those straight right hands, right to the side of the jaw of Kevin Morgan, has got the big man staggered. Now Morgan with on the receiving end of a knee to the midsection. Another one on the left side. And Neal with a big uppercut, big leg, right to the face of Kevin Morgan. And Mark Wilson. Mark Wilson with an eye rake again. As the IZW World attempts to rally behind the image of fear, get the big man back in this game. And it seems to have worked a little bit, as Morgan able to unleash an elbow right there. A little slow to follow up, but here come the big uppercut to the midsection right there on Aaron Neal. Neal tied up in the corner. Morgan gonna chop down the big tree. Oh! The power of Kevin Morgan crashing down on that chest. And the crowd wants it one more time. They are clear and unanimous about that. The big hand right there, right down. Oh. Aaron able to avoid that by once again going back to the eyes. It's been the primary successful move on the part of Aaron Neal. As Morgan delivers a spear. Spear off the ropes. Morgan, look at the power of the image of fear as he scoops up 300 plus pounds of the Bronze Bull. And Morgan now waiting for Aaron Neal. Now Morgan turning his attention to Mark Wilson. Morgan has Mark Wilson. Morgan has Neal, and right here comes Bobby Starr. And Bobby Starr all over Kevin. That's disqualification. This match now going to Kevin Morgan by way of DQ. But the beatdown has commenced. Team Bull pummeling all over Kevin Morgan.
Your winner by disqualification, Kevin Morgan.
And here comes Double D. Double D in to help help out. D on Aaron. The Bull on Morgan. Oh, what a kick! What a kick, and Aaron Neal on the outside. Double D. Spear by Morgan. Spear puts down the brass bull. And wow. Both of these men sending very clear messages to the men that they will face next week at Violent Valentine. As you see Kevin Morgan holding in his hand the Impact Division Championship, it very well could be next week that title comes home to him if he can make his way through Bobby Starr and Jordan Jacobs. And Double D saying next week you'll get as well as you dish out, because we'll all have those lumberjack straps. Fans, you've got to be here next week, the most violent pay-per-view of 2015. Until then, this is CM Burnham. Thank you for tuning in, and so long from the Sooner State.